Hi, my name is David, and welcome to my third video. First, I'd like to point out that I am not a professional, I'm not a therapist, I'm not educated in anything to do with what I'm about to talk about. So I just want to point that out. This is just my personal experience in my process of what I'm going through. And my idea around doing these videos is I'm currently in the process of dealing with these recovered memories or repressed memories. And my idea was, I've seen videos about this subject and other subjects dealing with abuse and depression, which are all aspects of this. And I've read books that have been very helpful to me. But one of the things I've noticed is they're all written after the fact. So it's sort of like a person goes through this process or observes the process, say, in the perspective of a therapist, and then they write a book about their experience or what, they observed. And what I wanted to do was, and all those are really valuable and good things. I'm not knocking it. But what I wanted to do was something a little different, and that is I wanted to show the actual process. So I want to, instead of after the fact writing about it, I'm doing it now as I'm going through it. This is not an easy thing to do by any means. And really, the only reason, the thing that motivated me to do this was the fact that I was struggling so much, and I found that writing about it helped, and talking about it helped, and expressing it helped. However that expression is, whether it's writing, written, verbal, artistic, it just helps. And so doing these videos is very helpful for me. And I think part of it is just hearing myself talk validates the experience for me and reinforces what my experience is. So that's really why I'm doing these videos. I want to show what you don't see. This is where, when you're in your pain, this is what happens either when you're alone and you're just processing this in your mind. I'm just doing the same thing, but I'm verbalizing it. This also happens in the therapist's office. It needs to be an environment where you're safe, you feel safe. So that's why it's very difficult. So I do very little editing in these videos because I want you to get the full experience. And that's why they're so long. So I've done 2 videos, and those videos were pretty intense, and I thought, wow, those were pretty raw. I was just scratching the surface. It's been about 3 weeks, and I've been digging deeper and deeper and going to the depths of my inner being. And so this next video is far beyond the other 2 that I did. Much more raw and more intense. And I've been working on connecting with these repressed memories. And it's not an easy process, and you can't force it. It just has to come. When you try to force the memories, you start to put your own ideas of what you think the memories might be, and then your memories are not going to be accurate. The memories need to come organically. They just need to come to you, and if you force them, then they're not going to be accurate. So it's very difficult to do, because the reason why the memories are repressed is because you don't want them. You don't want to experience them. So as soon as you try to experience them, your survival mechanism kicks in. And usually that survival mechanism is to disconnect. So you cannot experience the memories if you're disconnected. So that's why it's so hard, because you have to stay in that place, and let the memories come. And what we all tend to do is, when the memories do start to come, there's either denial, which I went through for many, many years, in which case you're in denial. You just suppress it again, because you don't want it. And what happens is you try to figure it out. You try to go, well, that can't be this, it couldn't. No, these memories are not going to make sense a lot of times. They just come. And it may take a long time before you get more. Sometimes you just get fragments. And then you get more of it later at another time. So that's why it's so difficult. You can't force them. And your natural mechanism of survival that repressed the memories to begin with kicks in as soon as. So I can explain it like this. So I developed this mechanism, and I don't know if it's the same for everyone. I'm sure everyone has a different mechanism. But my mechanism was to disconnect. So at a very young age, I learned if I experience any kind of pain, fear, discomfort of any kind, it could be, hey, there's something coming. It could be more abuse. So I don't want it. So I'm going to disconnect. So I disconnect. So it may not even be the abuse, but it doesn't matter. Anything that triggers a similar feeling, you want to just disconnect. And it's not a conscious thing, and I talk about that in this video. I didn't make a conscious decision. I was a child. This is instinct that takes over, and it becomes an automatic response. So it's not a conscious thing. It's not like I'm sitting somewhere going, oh, I feel uncomfortable, I think I'll disconnect. No, it just happens. It's not a conscious thing. And so the process of recovering the memories is hindered by the actual mechanism that has caused the memories to be repressed to begin with. And it needed to happen that way because you had to survive. So to survive, you needed to do that. But what happens is the survival mechanism doesn't work in the long run. Eventually, it becomes a destructive thing. So that's why the memories are so hard to recover, because you need them to come to you. But as they come to you and you feel that discomfort, you disconnect, and then the memories go away. And so you have to learn to be okay with the pain, with the images, whatever it is, to not judge it. Because the other part of the problem with recovering these memories is when the abuse happens, especially for very young children, a part of you fractures your person apart. So you have the what I call the public self, the self that you see now, this person. The ego is what you see. And then there's the private self. That's the part, the inner self, that you don't see. That's the part that fractures, because the ego is trying to protect itself. The ego is fragile. The ego doesn't want the abuse to be on the surface. So it suppresses that image, that memory. So part of you fractures and is suppressed. And so when you're trying to recover these memories, that part of you is trying to come to the surface. But that part of you as a child that is afraid. So when you try to judge what's coming to you and you try to figure it out, you're denying that child's experience. And then the child says, no, I'm not coming out. You're going to deny me. Which is what the repressed memories are doing. They're denying that child, that part, that broken aspect of yourself. I wasn't supposed to get emotional in this part, but I am. That fractured aspect of yourself is being denied. So the survival mechanism is also the mechanism that's continuing the abuse, because you're denying the child that experience. You're not giving him a voice. So, that's why the repressed memories are so difficult to uncover, and sometimes are never uncovered because of that cycle. So I'm trying to recover the memories, but I don't want the memories. So I'm continuing to trigger my mechanisms. Triggering, it's just automatic. I'm not trying to do it. So in order to do that, you need to be conscious of it. But then what also happens is, as you allow that broken aspect to come forward and express itself, and you acknowledge it, there may be other aspects that are like, oh, okay, he's going to listen to me. He's going to validate me. So those aspects that were previously unknown will come forward. So in the process of discovering one thing, you discover another. And it can open up a can of worms, to so to speak, that all of a sudden now everything starts coming out. And then if it's too much, it triggers your mechanism and you shut it down. Or you try to judge it or understand it, and then the aspect retreats. So, it's so important to allow the memories to come on their own, to not judge or try to understand or try to make sense. I've had memories come to me, I'm like, I have no idea what this means, this makes sense, this could never have happened. But I let it be, I'm okay with it, and then later I'll get another piece of it and go, oh, now I get it. So, originally when I first started doing these videos, so I mean we're talking a 3-week period, I've already discovered more, which is not what I wanted. So originally I thought the abuse started when I was 8 and went till I was about 12, and now I've discovered, because now I've gone deeper and those other aspects have come forward. So I've gone back all the way to infancy, which is very disturbing. And that is difficult to go there, because an infant can't really talk, can't really describe or explain what's going on. So it's a little harder to connect with that. And what happened with me was I found the 3-year-old and I connected with the 3-year-old, and he connected me with the infant. So now, since I've been doing this, I've identified 5 aspects of myself that were repressed, and there could be more. I I hope not, but I'm leaving that possibility open because I don't want to put a hard number and then say this is it, because then I'm denying someone else the possibility of coming forward. The 5 that I've discovered so far are the infant, the 3-year-old, the 6-year-old, the 8-year-old, and the 12-year-old. And I believe these are all aspects that fractured when the abuse happened, and have been suppressed for 50 years or more. Anyway, so again, the reason I'm doing this is to facilitate my healing, but I also feel that it may be helpful for others going through this process. It may be helpful for therapists to see this so that they can maybe see what it's like for someone to go through this, because I'm expressing stuff that maybe a person wouldn't even express in the therapist's office because there's another person there. So you're still vulnerable in a sense, whereas I'm totally alone. There is a camera there, and I'll explain about that. So the other thing I want to point out is this video is very intense. There's a lot of swearing, yelling. If you don't like that kind of thing, then maybe this isn't for you. This is what's coming out of me. I'm in that, coming from that personal space that normally we don't express. So stuff that you would in public would say, think about saying, but never say. That's what's coming out. It's that part of you that usually you edit yourself in the real world. I'm not editing myself. I'm letting it come out. And just to let you know, there's a lot of anger coming out, anger towards a lot of different things. And I question what happens when you go through this process is because these memories were repressed, now you're looking at them and now you're questioning everything about yourself, about your life, because it's like, well, if that's happened, then what about this, and what is that, and is this true, and is that true, and you question everything, and you sort of lose your identity. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm empty. I'm a void. I've lost everything about who I am, and just let it, because now I'm questioning everything. Well, I question the existence of God, which at one point I believed in, and then at one point I didn't, and now I'm not really sure where I'm at. But that comes out in here. I'm pissed at God, and I'm questioning the existence of God, and I'm just bringing that up because this is not about religion. This is not about faith or spirituality. I'm not looking to make some kind of statement in that arena. This is just what's coming out of me. I'm not trying to be controversial, and it doesn't mean that I believe in God or don't believe in God or whatever. At this point, I don't know. At this point in my life, I'm questioning a lot of things that I used to believe were true, and now I don't know. So it doesn't mean I do or don't, but this is what's coming out. I'm angry. I was raised Catholic. I was abused by people in the church, so I have issues with that. So that's what's coming out. So don't take it personally if you're a religious person, or it's not about that. So take it for what it is. Now, my biggest fear when I decided to make these videos is I'm going to that inner place and I'm bringing out into the public. I'm exposing what normally does not get exposed, what is normally done inside. When most people go through this process, they're going through it on their own in a private space, and it's happening inside or with a therapist. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing this out to the public. And so I don't want the camera to distract me or make me feel afraid or vulnerable, and then I'm going to shut that process down. I want to bring that out and show what is really happening. So I was in the depths of despair, and I am showing you the real experience. And so, but in this video, because I'm feeling vulnerable and I don't want that vulnerability to stop me from getting to that place and to bringing that out. So I'm wearing a hoodie and it's partially covering my eyes because it's sort of a kind of a protection from the vulnerability, and it's also keeping my eyes hidden from the camera so that I'm not looking at the camera and being distracted from that, because any of that is going to cause me to shut down and then stop processing, and then I'm not going to be able to bring it out. So it's not like I'm talking to you now. It's very different. It's very raw, and so it may be hard to watch. I don't know. But I'm just kind of explaining so you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. You also notice that I'm doing a lot what I'm doing now. Rocking motion. Not really sure what that is. It may be just part of my process. I think when I'm vulnerable in a sense where I'm expressing my vulnerability, I tend to do this, and I don't know if it's maybe like a meditative kind of thing where it's helping me to stay focused and present and not disconnect, because that's my initial reaction, to want to disconnect. It may also be that I'm just nurturing the inner child, rocking the child and helping him to feel safe so that he doesn't want to disconnect and shut down, because he's being made vulnerable here. So it may be one of those two things. It could be something else. If you have a suggestion, let me know. The other thing I wanted to say is if you are struggling with depression or dealing with repressed memories or issues of abuse, this video could be too much for you, and I get it. If it is, just turn it off. You need to be ready if you're trying to explore this part of yourself. If you're not ready, it can be too much. Maybe just watch part of it. I don't know. But if it's too much, just shut it off. I don't want I don't want to trigger your depression or fear or anything like that. If I do, get some help, make a phone call. There's a lot of help out there. I am getting help. I've been getting help. I'm not doing this alone. You can't. I've tried. I've been dealing with these issues for 58 years. So, and I tried to do it on my own. You can't. So just know that you need to get help, and there's nothing wrong with getting help. But if you can stick through it and get to the end, then there is a feeling of hope, a sense of you see me going through this process of anger and fear and denial and pain and frustration. But at the end, I get there. I get to that point, and I'm not totally there, but at least for this aspect, I get to that point of healing, that point where there is a sense of peace and healing. And really, that is the point of this video, is to show that it is possible to get there. Because this process is so difficult and so painful that, and I question it in the video, why am I doing this? What is the point of this? What is the reason of this suffering, of going through this pain? Why bother? I mean, really, why dig this crap up? And the point is that it's, if you can get through the pain, and you can, that there is healing on the other side of that. And so that's the motivation. There has to be a motivation, otherwise you're not going to do it. There's no point. I wouldn't do it. But I'm at the point in my life where I'm 58 years old and I'm running out of time, and it's like, if I don't do this now, I'm not going to do it. This person, this place where I'm staying, they're giving me this opportunity. And I'm extremely grateful. So anyway, the end of the video is some hope there. Now, I'm using the word hope tongue-in-cheek here because, and you'll see at the end of the video why I'm saying that now, because I have an issue with hope, and I will explain it in the video. I do believe in hope, but I'm a little angry with hope because it's let me down so many times. Anyway, that's pretty much what I want to say about this video. The last thing I wanted to say was that I've noticed I've done 2 videos and it's been about 3 weeks, and I've gotten very few views, maybe 30 on one and maybe a little less on the other one. And I realize that this subject matter is very uncomfortable and that there's probably not a lot of people looking for this. So that's part of the reason why. But also I learned that YouTube has this algorithm that operates on views and likes. And so when a person does a search, the videos that have the most views and the most likes, those videos are going to come up first. And so my video is going to get buried in the back somewhere and people aren't going to see it. And so the only reason I'm bringing this up is that's fine, whatever. I'm not trying to make money out of this. I'm not trying to become famous and getting millions of YouTube videos and subscribers and all that. That's not what this is about. This is about my healing, but part of my healing is knowing that I can help other people heal. So part of my motivation to go through this pain is knowing that I can help others in this process. And that helps to motivate me to continue when I'm in that desperate state where I feel like giving up. I have to believe that there's another reason why I have suffered so much. So I'm not trying to get a lot of views for myself. I'm trying to get a lot of views so that the video will be easier to find, and other people that can be helped by it will have a better chance of seeing it. So I'm just encouraging you to click like for that reason. If you don't like it, obviously just ignore it. But if you like it, just click on that little thumbs up. Hopefully more people will be exposed to this video that can be helped by it. And also, if you have comments, I'm open to any kind of comments, suggestions, questions. Please do so in the comment box. And I'll try to leave links for the other two videos at the end. So if you're interested in seeing those, you can, or you can go to my channel. And so that's it. I hope this is helpful to anybody out there who's seen this. Thank you for watching. I wish you all peace and good health. Thank you. I've been on this planet for almost 59 years. Most of which I've spent in pain. This pain has been inside of me, buried inside of me for most of my life. And we all experience pain. It's life, it's pain. But this pain is the pain of a child. The pain of a child. He wasn't allowed to experience because he didn't understand. He didn't know what was happening. But he knew he needed to survive. He could not acknowledge it, could not experience it because it was too much. So he just pushed it down, and he just became numb. His whole life, he was numb. He couldn't experience the pain, but he couldn't experience joy, he couldn't experience love, he couldn't experience life. He was just trying to survive. He was just trying to keep going. Not really knowing why, just that he needed to. It's just human nature to survive. What does a child do? What does a 3-year-old do when he doesn't know what the fuck is going on? And he's being abused. When he's being told that he is worthless, when he's being told that he has no value, when he's being told he's nothing, what does he do? How does he keep going? How does a child survive? So it's human nature to survive. How does a child know? How does a 3-year-old know? He can't process it. He can't think about it. He can't say, oh, I need to survive. He just does it. The raw human instinct just takes over. It's not a decision. I used to always think I made a decision. I made a decision to suppress all of the pain. I made a decision to bury the memories. No, I didn't make a decision. I was fucking 3 years old. You can't make that kind of fucking decision. It just happens. Or you die. So, there's no thought process involved. Human nature, instinct takes over in that moment. Oh, you should have did something about it. You should have stood up to the abuser. I was fucking 3 years old. There's no decision. There's no blame for the child. The child did nothing wrong. He was a fucking child. He was not protected by the ones who were supposed to protect him. Is he supposed to discuss it with his parents? Have a conversation about it? No. Something happens inside that child. Something fractures inside that child's mind. And something takes over at that point, like an animal, not like a human, but like an animal who only operates on instinct. Animals don't have thought processes. They have instinct, and their instincts tell them what to do, how to survive. When a child is abused at that age, instinct takes over. An animal takes over inside. I didn't make a decision when I was 3 and I was abused. I didn't make a decision when I was 4 and I was abused. I didn't make a decision when I was 5 and I was abused. I didn't make a decision when I was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There was no decision. There was instinct. There was no thought process. It's called survival. I was broken inside. I was broken in so many ways. Somehow I was able to function. Somehow I grew up and became an adult. How the fuck did that happen? I don't know. The pain, the memories, the images were lost, buried deep. And I did not know about them. All I knew is I was fucked up. that I had problems, that I could not function normally like everybody else. I knew there was something wrong. I didn't know what it was. You can't fix something when you don't know what it is, even though I tried. God knows I tried. And sometimes it worked for a little while. And I would get hope. And I'd feel like I'm getting better. I have hope. I'm getting better. I can find some peace and happiness. But it never lasted. Something would break inside. And that wound would abscess and come to the surface. And I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was creating chaos in my life. And so what did I do when it came up? Instinct kicked in, pushed it back down. Because that's how I survived. That's how I made it as far as I did. So I was unconscious most of my fucking miserable life. And maybe that's a good thing, because I probably would have fucking blown my brains out if I was conscious. I have very few memories of my life. Even just go back 10 years, I can't remember shit. Because everything's a blur, because I was not conscious half the fucking time. I learned at a very young age, when anything happened that caused stress or pain, I disconnected. I would just disconnect from myself. So it's no wonder, that I have very few memories of my miserable life, because I was constantly disconnecting. I struggled in school because I could not focus, because I was constantly disconnecting, because everything was triggering that mechanism. Every little bit of stress, every little bit of fear, every little bit of discomfort. It's like trying to focus. It's like someone turning the light on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. You can't function like that. You can't focus. You can't learn. Then the memories came. That was a fun day. The problem is, when those memories come, you don't want those memories. So you deny those memories. And instinct kicks in again, because it's not comfortable. And boom, you push them back down. But now you're an adult and you start thinking, what is this? What are these memories? What are these memories? Why am I having these? This is my imagination. This is not real. This didn't happen. And the battle of denial becomes a massive struggle. I didn't remember this. I made it up. This is a dream. This is a fantasy. This is my way of making an excuse for why I'm so fucked up. Another 10 years go by. The memories bouncing around. They come up and I push them down. They come up and I push them down. And all the while, I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to be a better person. And nothing fucking works. Nothing works. Fucking 50 fucking years of my life. And nothing fucking works. So one day you say, I'm at the end. Literally, I'm at the end. I've lost everything. I have nothing. The only thing I have are these fucking memories that I don't want. So I have a choice. I can keep denying the memories. I can keep pushing them down and be numb and dead inside and die, because that's all that's left at this point. There's nothing left. Death seems like a blessing. But there's that part of me that's just fucking stubborn, a stubborn motherfucker inside of me who just fucking won't let go. Who would rather suffer than give up. That part of me is a mean ass motherfucker. He just fucking won't give up. Even when there's no fucking reason to keep going. There is no reason. What the fuck? I have one reason. It's the only reason. I haven't slit my wrists, or blown my brains out, or jumped off a fucking bridge. I have a son. He's my reason. Even though he doesn't talk to me, even though I haven't seen him in, God, I don't know how long. I get a text once in a while. That's it. For some reason, he doesn't need me. So what the fuck do I need to be here for? There has to be something else. There has to be a reason why I've suffered for so long. I have suffered so deeply and completely. There has to be a reason. Otherwise, all of this is a waste. All of this suffering is a waste. I need to get through this. I need to get past this somehow. I mean, I'm fucking 58. It's not like I'm 30 years old and I have my whole life ahead of me and, oh, I'll heal and get better and grow and become something. No, I'm fucking 58. The fuck am I going to go from here? My life is over. I have nothing. I have no assets. I have no money. I have no prospects. I have no anything. I'm just existing by the grace of somebody who's helping me. giving me a place to stay and food to eat. I don't know how long that's going to last. There must be another reason why I've been put on this fucking earth to suffer for so many fucking years. To then just die? Makes no sense to me. Why did my survival instincts kick in? Not just let me die and not have 50 or more years of suffering. That's some sick, fucked up shit. If there's a God, that is some sick, fucked up shit to put somebody through 50 years of shit. For what? That is some sadistic shit. If there is a God, he is a sadistic motherfucker. Yeah, I used to believe in God. I was fucking raised Catholic. I was a fucking altar boy, for fuck's sake. And what did I get for that? I got fucking molested and abused by 2 priests and a fucking nun. That's what I got for that. That's what I got for believing in God. That's what I got for believing what Jesus taught. I got fucked. Literally. So forgive me if I have doubts about the existence of a God, because if he exists, he's one sadistic motherfucker. Oh, God works in mysterious ways. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, man. You don't fucking have a clue of what the fucking mysterious ways are. Oh, I'm supposed to learn some valuable lesson from all this fucking agony, pain, and fear, and doubt, and aloneness, and emptiness, and soullessness. I'm supposed to learn some fucking lesson. Fucking bullshit. Yeah, I believed all the pretty little lies that they told me when I was a child. I believed all that shit. I learned they're nothing but a bunch of fucking lies. They're nothing but a bunch of fucking hypocrites. They're nothing but a bunch of wolves in sheep's clothing, ready to fucking shred a fucking innocent little child and rip the innocence from them. So I do the work. I go back and I do the work. Oh, we need to recover those memories. We need to face those memories. We need to acknowledge those memories so that we can move forward and we can heal. And so I did that. I fucking dragged myself back to the fucking beginning and re-experienced the fucking abuse that I suffered as a child. Yeah, I did the work. I did the fucking work, and now here I am. Feeling completely empty. I don't know who the fuck I am anymore. I've completely lost my identity. And I'm trying to be okay with it all. I'm trying to be patient and allow this process to play out. I'm trying to be comfortable with the emptiness inside. Yeah, get comfortable with that. Face the void of nothingness that you are and just be okay with it. Go ahead, give it a try. See, let me know how it fucking goes for you. So here I am. Shell. Empty. And what do I have left? The memories. The wonderful memories of my childhood. Of abuse. Of sexual abuse. Physical abuse. Emotional abuse. Psychological abuse. Sadistic, fucked up shit. That's what I have. Is that I've come across several aspects of myself that have been fractured. They're like pieces inside that are me, but we're not connected. And there's 5 aspects that coincide with when the abuse happened. The infant, the 3-year-old, 6-year-old, 8-year-old, and the 12-year-old. So I'm told, well, you need to reconnect with those parts of yourself. So I've connected with these aspects of myself, and I've apologized to them, and I've cried with them. Because one of the things that I found out was that they didn't cry when they were abused. They didn't cry because they couldn't. They were not allowed to. So now I have to cry for them now. We have to cry together. The tears that we were not allowed to have. We were not allowed to cry. Yeah. So now I have to sit with each fractured part of myself, re experience the pain, and cry the tears that we were not allowed to cry. That's what I get to do after being on this fucking miserable planet for 58 years. This is my reward. So I can heal. What the fuck that's gonna get me, I don't know. I don't even know what that fucking means. Heal. What the fuck is that? I don't know. All I've known is this fucking misery and pain my whole fucking life. Now I have to do the work that my parents didn't do. I have to nurture those aspects of myself. I have to take care of them. I have to cradle them. I have to let them cry. I have to help them grow. I have to teach them because they didn't get any of that. So it's like I'm starting over. All my existence, what I thought about myself, what I believed about myself, about who I was, is gone. Replaced by this. Memories of abuse, pain, and suffering. I have no idea what the fuck's gonna come from all this. I'm pushing myself through this quagmire of misery and pain and agony, and I have no idea what I'm gonna get out of this. Could be nothing. I don't know. I could do all this and die tomorrow and just be fucking complete waste of my fucking time. But there's that part of me, I don't know what the fuck it is, where the fuck it came from, how the fuck I got it, but there's that little part of me, that little fucking stubborn ass motherfucker inside of me who just fucking won't quit. Won't let me lay down and die. That's something inside me that says there has to be something better than this. My existence on this fucking earth cannot be reduced to this misery. I refuse to believe that. And I can't help but feel a profound sense of loss of what could have been if I was protected and nourished and guided and loved. What could have been my life. What a waste. Well, I guess that's the point of all this. If I somehow am able to transcend this fucking hell, maybe it won't be a waste. Maybe I can help others. It's the only reason I can think of why I've been through this misery. Somehow I can rise above this. Although now I can't see it. I just think that there has to be a reason for all this. Otherwise, it truly is a waste. So whatever time I have left on this fucking miserable planet, this fucking existence of mine, whatever time I have left, I can do something with it. If I just help one person to not have to experience this, or to help them through their experience, then I guess it's not a waste. The hope, there's that word fucking hope. I hate that fucking word because it's let me down so many fucking times I can't even count. Hope. Hope is a cruel fucking word. It gives you something, but it's just a fucking illusion. Hope. I hope things will get better. I hope I can get beyond this. I hope. You know how many times I've said that? How many times I believed in it? How many times I trusted it? Only to be let down time and time again. And now here I am, using that word again. That is fucked up, man. That is just cruel. It's like you get hit, you get up, you get hit, you get up, you get hit, you get up, you get hit. After a while, it doesn't matter anymore. You don't feel the pain anymore. You've been hit so many fucking times, you're just numb. So here I am, numb, empty. And what am I doing? I'm using that word, hope. Because I ain't got nothing else. What are you going to do? You use the word hope when you ain't got nothing else. Hope is desperation. Using the word hope means you're in a place of desperation. Think about it. You don't say hope when things are going good. You don't say hope, I hope, when you're feeling confident. When you have a plan, when you hope, when you know on some level things are going your way. You don't use the word hope. Use the word hope when you're in a fucking state of desperation. I hope I can get through this. I hope things get better. Hope is all I have left. And I have very little faith in hope, so that's a pretty bad place to be. Fuck hope. I'm going to change. I'm not going to use the word hope. I'm going to say I know. I know things will get better. I know I will transcend this and become healthy and whole again. I know. Fuck hope. I'm done with hope. Hope has let me down too many times. I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to believe that I'm going to get better. I'm going to believe that I will be able to help others. I'm going to believe that there is a reason why I suffered through all of this pain and misery for 58 fucking years. Fuck hope. No more hope. I will become whole again. I will fill this void, this emptiness will be filled with peace and joy and love and possibilities. No more hope. Done. I'm done with you. I'm going to take charge.
Your love hurt so much. Why does your love hurt so much? Don't know why. You said you love me, baby. All the while you just betrayed